All right, we got building a startup in 500 days, day 239. So a lot of stuff's kind of gone down. I feel like I haven't done one of these talking ones in like 5 days, but have still been cranking. So let's talk about it. So one exciting development is this dude Zach, who has been following us on Data. I guess just came across it. Hit me up expressing interest and just wanted to help out, doing kind of whatever. And he had experience as a day-to-day manager. So we hopped on a call, I think last Thursday maybe, and it was a dope chat. And then we talked again Tuesday. And so basically, he is going to help out with the manager version, which is dope. Because right now, my focus is more on this artist facing version. Like, I'll talk about that later, but super excited about where we're headed there. But it does still feel like there is potential on the manager side because there's a need. Like, there is no tool. We just don't have a ton of clarity on what the path forward is building there. But if there's someone who wants to kind of spearhead that, then that's dope. So basically, we're going to be doing kind of bi-weekly calls where he's going to be trying to kind of pick up some of that market research, trying to figure out the scope of what we can build. And then, from there, it's dope because I've been working with my sister on product design stuff. So, she can kind of work on the design, I can build it, and then we can start getting in people's hands. So ideally, day for managers is still in the running. So yeah, we'll see how that pans out, but hype that that's kind of still happening. And I guess not only still happening, but now has more momentum, and I'm stoked about it again. But in terms of what I'm focused on, so hyped about just this artist facing version. It definitely feels more sticky. Um, Today I implemented just a small little feature, but being able to play a song in your profile, which was a user request. And then, yeah, it's cool. We have this like core base of, I'd say, 10 people who have been showing up every day throughout this beta test. The struggle for me right now is that I'm not getting anywhere close to the amount of inbound that I was this summer for my TikToks. Like this summer, I would do 3 per day and I would get 3 to 5 inbounds wanting to test. I've gone, I think, like 3 days without getting any inbounds, which is unfortunate because now it feels like we have a better product and, you know, people. Oh, that actually, I just thought of this as I'm going through. It might make sense to actually go back and message everyone who was on the first one that we have like a new update if they want to test this out. Huh. Maybe we'll try that. But also, I need to get my talks going. Like, I've been doing them consistently, just haven't gotten the same inbound. But throughout the summer, I was using. So, part of the first version, we had this data section where you could basically like A B test content, which I loved. And I used it almost every day, but not a single artist used it once. So it was just like too complex, too complicated. It would make sense. But so we kind of shelved it. But I've like been really missing it because it really helped me. So for the past 3 days, I think I started this Sunday. It's what, Wednesday right now. I basically decided that I was just gonna spin that off into its own tool. So primarily just so I can use it, to be honest. So I spent the past 3 days actually building that, and so now it's live, which is hype. So now I'm back on it, which is dope. So I can be more intentional. It basically allows you to like, kind of throw shit at the wall on TikTok because you never know what's going to perform, but do it with intention, where you can kind of A/B test content. And like record data on each style. So I'm set up with that again. So I'm hoping, yeah, we'll start testing some new styles and hopefully start getting some more inbound. And then we had our weekly accountability sesh creative hang. Honestly, now it's just usually me, Stan, and Jenna, who's absolute legend artist on the platform. Um, but Jenna had this dope point that uh, apparently Taylor Swift, for her Lovers deluxe album or something, released journal entries, but it was so wild to hear that because that's like essentially what we're trying to do here, right? Is like help people map out their story and help people witness it in real time. And so that was wild because that's like a tangible example of Taylor releasing journal entries and people being all about it. And so the tangible pitch there is basically like, hey, take that, put it in real time for any artist. And so now you can see you have a window into artist journeys from day one to wherever. And also like for bigger artists, potential way to monetize by allowing people to, unlock those journals. But it was just dope because like that concept has been something we've been really excited about, but now there's a tangible example of people being so hyped about that. And so, yeah, now allowing any artist to do it while also while also kind of helping people stay consistent. So that was a thing that we've been thinking about, is like how to position this, right? Because a lot of times I say like it's about accountability, it's about helping artists stay consistent, but potentially the more kind of marketable approach is more along this kind of like documenting your story, or this, I don't know, I have to come up with some kind of phrase, but more along the lines of like that T Swift journal entry, and making it tangible, and digitizing it and making it in real time for any artist, like, more along the lines of selling, documenting your story or viewing other artist stories kind of thing. And it seems like something like that might actually be more interesting. And then my sister's been cranking on the design stuff, and it's not really there yet, but we got some initial ideas. She worked on some initial like hi-fis, so we saw, and it's got me so hyped. Just like being a little bit more intentional about the design and the layout, and just, yeah, where we can take things. So yeah, overall just feeling hyped. Like it's day like 2 something crazy, I think, but I don't know, it almost feels like it's like day 1 with this clarity we have right now. Like, and I've been posting that IG content that I said before about like the screenshots on the motivational quotes. That's been dope too. So like it feels like we have a better artist version here, clarity on kind of where we want to take it, what we're building towards, not over complicating anything. The manager version is still picking up again, and yeah, it almost feels like it's just day 1, like just so hyped, and the energy is there, like it's day 1. So yeah, exciting times for All Along Journey. I'll catch you all tomorrow.